Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to episode 1 of the Scotty Officiates podcast, the SO podcast. Wow. I'm creating an episode of a podcast that I'm finally doing on my own after telling myself for multiple years that one day I will do it with somebody, and come to find out I just haven't really found someone with the same drive to do it with me. So I found a niche, and now I'm doing it. I'm also doing it with the camera, live, or not live, but it'll be posted on YouTube. It'll be posted on Spotify. It'll be posted on Apple Podcasts as well. So make sure you guys follow all those and subscribe to YouTube, as I will be posting a lot of content on there, from shorts to full game breakdowns and other stuff, which we'll go into shortly. But welcome to the pilot episode of the Scotty Officiates podcast. It's crazy to think that I'm doing something like this for something I have no idea what I'm doing. You know, a couple months ago, I was put in a position where I had to look for a second job, and I kind of stumbled upon officiating and reached out through Georgia High School Association, and they were nice enough to put me through the president of the association, who reached out to me very quickly and seemed very excited to have me. And the experience has been incredible talking to that person. His name is Jared. Jared's been awesome. I'll talk about him later in a future episode. As the goal of this pilot episode is to talk about, the direction, how I want to take it, and what I want to do with, Scotty officiating. For those that don't know, I had a gaming channel for about 7 years. On and off, I created content throughout college and post-college, and it got to a point where I kind of realized that gaming isn't really, I don't have as much time as I do now with gaming, and I'm starting to slowly kind of be inconsistent with gaming, and really just kind of sat back to myself and was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't keep up with the trends on TikTok for gaming and stuff like that, and comb through hours and hours of footage of gaming while doing, working 2 jobs and trying to, just make ends meet. So I found officiating. It's been a lot of fun the past couple weeks, going to everything and learning and what to do and how to get to certain spots, and trying to do my best to officiate a game. So a lot of these podcast episodes are going to be consisted of my experiences as an official. This is my first season. I've never officiated in college, never officiated rec ball prior to joining this association, and prior to me living in Georgia. So it's going to be interesting. My parents, I tell them that I'm doing this, and they kind of chuckle and, laugh. They're like, well, there's parents out there that, they're going to yell at you and stuff like that. They're going to cuss at you. And I sat there and kind of chuckled, and I was like, well, they probably haven't read the rule book, because I've started reading it. And as someone who's played the sport for many years, you learn new things, and the rules have changed and the terminology is different. So learning those things has been awesome. And it's a lot to take in, but, and overwhelming, but it's been really cool to kind of, realize there's more to the game of basketball than just what I see on TV. So my goal with this is to do weekly podcasts. My goal is to have kind of a breakdown of how I did a game, or how a game went, and kind of do my experiences. But I also want to bring people on from the association whenever I feel more comfortable doing this. I'll be doing some live stream breakdowns on YouTube. So what I will do is every game that almost every game, I will have somebody videotape the scoreboard and videotape the game. And I'm going to sync those up, and we're going to watch the game together, figuring out what I could do better as an official, what other people can do, whether it's a coach or a player or a fan, or even myself or my partner. Not to disrespect my partner in any way, but we're always here to learn. The game's always changing. And there's things that we can pick up on as an official, because even in the couple weeks that I've went to clinics and done those things, I still see veterans learning stuff too, because maybe there is a different interpretation of it, or they were never shown the correct way when they first became an official. So a lot of that will be on YouTube. I have like a thumbnail template ready. It looks awesome. I don't know if I want to bring it over on a podcast per se. I don't know if it will sound good if I, from an audio point of view. I feel like it's more of a visual thing. If you guys do like it, if you guys do want to hear it on a podcast form, I can make that happen. I do have a website which I will put in the description that will have some like a question, like a Google form, so you can type in questions and we'll talk about them on the podcast. We'll maybe answer them through social media or other ways, but mainly through the podcast. I'm looking forward to doing something consistent, knowing that I can do it because I've done it before, to where I can post weekly content and have the time to do it because I'm focused on officiating, and rather than trying to do officiating and gaming and being a good boyfriend and going to do the day job, it's one less thing that I don't have to worry about right now. I can focus on creating content as an official, and don't know how again, I don't know how it's going to go, but I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, my main page is going to be TikToks. It's going to be TikTok and probably Instagram, which is out of my comfort zone. I've always been a big Twitter user. I don't think Twitter is going to be my go-to area, but it could be if somehow traction collects there. I do go through Twitter for a lot of information stuff, and networked with other officiating pages that I see, and so I need to find my way and figure it out on TikTok and Instagram how to do that. Well, what I do on Twitter I can do on Instagram and TikTok. What I did mention guest. I think this would be really cool to kind of, as a new person, get some veteran aspects. The conversations I had at the clinics were always great, which again, I'll go into future episodes and stuff like that. I feel like I kind of covered what I want to do with this. It's going to be a grind a little bit because a lot of my games are going to be rec games to start out. Hopefully we'll get into middle school pretty early. If I do well at the rec games. I don't see myself doing varsity high school. However, I do see myself tiptoeing into JV. That's kind of my goal, is to tiptoe into JV towards the end of the year, where my craft is kind of crisp, where it's clean, where I have a feel for the game. I have a feel for everything, with relationships with coaches, with players, and other officials in the crew. I really do see myself tiptoeing into JV by the end of the year, which is the goal. Planned episodes that I kind of have coming up. I have like 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. I have 6 kind of episodes that I want to upload, or at least different topics, different key topics, and trying to figure out if I want to do twice a week, because the season starts, I believe, on October 22nd officially. If I get called to a game early, I don't know. I want to get those games up to speed, so I might upload it twice a week early on, and then we'll do once a week when the games come, when I get games each week and stuff like that. So we're gonna kind of plan out based on how many games I get early on. But Instagram is going to be a challenge. I think that's where I feel like I really need to, I don't want to say an influencer because I'm not an influencer, but if I'm going to be posting on Instagram and interacting on Instagram more frequently than Twitter, it's going to be, there's got to be a lot of things I need to learn. So with that being said, I'm excited. I'm nervous. I can't wait for my first game as an official. I feel confident as I record this because just people have trusted me. It seems like I've learned from multiple veterans who have been doing it from like 10 years to like 20 to 5, and just getting different experiences in different aspects has always been very critical. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the pilot episode of this. We're going to, the first couple episodes are going to be talking about the Regent, where we talk about the points of emphasis, kind of the stories that they talk about there. I had 3, so each one will be specific. And then my interest meeting when I first showed up and kind of talking to Jared, who is the head of the association, kind of give you guys some insight about some of the conversations we had about certain things that I think were a lot of eye-opening things to discuss. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoy the pilot episode again. Scotty officiates on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Make sure you guys follow all those pages, subscribe on YouTube, turn on those notifications, because again, I'm going to be posting episodes left and right of whether it's game breakdowns, it's going to be shorts, it's going to be podcast episodes, hopefully, if I get a little bit more comfortable. I don't know if I'm going to do webcam. I don't even know if this show I'll have a webcam up. I might just do audio waves to start, and then once I get a little bit more comfortable, we'll go from there. So take it easy, guys. Have a good evening.